The thing is that like even if we wanted to go back,
Jumbo, everyone. Unfortunately, your trip has been delayed. Currently, animals are blocking the path of our safari vehicles. We apologize for the inconvenience and thank you for your patience. As soon as we are moving...
I am Kilimanjaro, and I'm here to welcome you to the Harambe Wildlife Reserve, one of the largest and most beautiful animal parks you will visit anywhere. Our mission is to conserve and protect this small part of the great savannas of Africa, and of course, to share it with you. Today, Kilimanjaro Safaris will take you on a journey into the heart of the reserve to see some of the many remarkable animals that call the savannah home. Seeing animals in their natural habitat can be one of the most rewarding and memorable experiences of your life, but to see animals in their natural surroundings, you must be alert and keep your eyes open. It could be anything. When the weather is hot, look in the shady places where you may find them resting. When the weather is colder, you may find them on the open grassy plains soaking up the warm rays of the sun. Many animals are colored and shaded to blend into the environment. This is true of both predators and their prey, so you must pay attention and look carefully. The lion is colored like the yellow grass where they hide to fight. Our crocodiles look like submerged logs at the water's edge. Even the giraffe is patterned like the shadows that fall under the trees where they browse. If you see an animal, help others around you by protecting.
Jumbo, everyone, and welcome to Kilimanjaro Safaris. In order to keep your wait time to a minimum, we ask that you please keep your group together, keep up with the party in front of you, and fill in all the available space. It is not necessary to form a single file line. If you are traveling with a stroller, please have children and valuables unloaded before you reach our stroller parking area. If you are traveling with someone in a scooter or wheelchair, please have this person lead your party through the line. This will help keep your wait time to a minimum. Once again, please keep your group together, keep up with the party in front of you, and fill in all the available space. Thank you for touring Kilimanjaro. When it comes to safaris, we know why.
Oh, yeah.
I think you're going fast. I think you can. It's like, this is my moment.
What's the name of that camera?
Pocket 3.
Keep your wait time to a minimum. Once again, please keep your group together, keep up with the party in front of you, and fill in all the available space. Thank you for touring with Kilimanjaro. When it comes to safaris, we know why.
We are almost ready to help you in our safari vehicles and wanted to make certain
Give you my backpack so you can take your backpack out and stuff.
before you actually enter the loading area, please locate the nearest trash bin and to discard any unfinished food or drinks. If someone in your party is traveling with a mobility device, please line up behind that person, allowing them to lead the group through the gate at the end of the ramp immediately in front of you. As you approach the loading platform, please note that it is divided into two distinct zones. The area with handrails is the loading zone.
Row 3.
Jumbo, everyone, and welcome to Kilimanjaro Safaris. In order to keep your wait time to a minimum, we ask that you
Minha mãe falava que quando eu era
together,
criança,
keep
tipo,
up
6,
with the
7,
party
8
in front
anos,
of you,
eu falava que
and
dormia
fill
perto
in
de
all
casa.
the available. Jumbo, everyone, and welcome to Kilimanjaro Safaris. In order to keep your wait time to a minimum, we ask that you please keep your group. Once aboard the safari transport, please remain seated with your hands up, feet and legs inside, and remember to watch your children. Bienvenidos a Kilimanjaro Safaris. Para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados y mantengan las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del vehículo. Gracias.
Watch your hands are facing the right hand side. Doors will be sliding, please. Asante sana ulit. Hey, twin everyone, and twin day. It means let's go. Jump everyone. My name is Bree, and I'll be your safari guide here today. There's a few rules before we go into the reserve. Make sure that your hands, arms, legs, and feet remain in the vehicle and remain seated at absolutely all times, including small children. Do not lift them up, let them stand or pass them around the vehicle. If they are small, you can sit on your lap or right next to you. Just make sure in one and only one spot. Look above your head, so this is an animal spotting guide, there to help you identify the animals that we may see here today. Now we might not see all of them, but I do believe we have really good luck. And the best way to see all the animals in general is to respect them, because we are going into their homes. So do not call out to them, make any kissing noises or whistling noises. And also is for any screaming, shouting, or loud conversations. Animals can get very close to our truck, so we do want to see them up close, but we definitely do not want to see them far away or not at all, because it's really not fun looking at plants for our safari. We're going to see a lot of cool animals instead. You're more than welcome to take any pictures or videos when you're out here on the reserve. Just make sure your phones, cameras, or any loose valuable items are not hanging outside of the vehicle. It is a bumpy ride, so things are happening to fall out, and we don't want that, because I can't get those items, and you can definitely not get those items for yourself, and you definitely don't want the animals to get to them. It's not fun, especially giraffe saliva is really sticky and gross. But if something does go overboard, please let me know as soon as possible. We can probably retrieve those items before the animals get to them. Alright, we're waiting for a little bit of clearance to head into the reserve. Looks like we just got it. So we're gonna head over into the Little Ituri Forest. Now the animals here are shy. They do camouflage pretty well their surroundings. We'll look behind the trees and the tall grass. That's typically where most of the animals like to hide. Just gonna look around here. I see an okapi there on the right. If you look through the bamboo trees. If you look at the legs, look just like zebra legs, but they are not related to the zebra. They're going to be the closest living relative to the giraffe. They have the same exact skull structure, same exact long tongue. Everything is the same except the obvious. They're not 20 feet, and they look nothing like a giraffe. You might see two. There's mom and baby there. Baby's kind of hiding a little bit. He's right in front of mama. Now we're going to go around. There's going to be a lot of red clay by the ponds here on the left, and typically where there is red clay, we just see very large camouflaging animals. Now the whole concept of camouflage is to blend in so they're not seen. It's kind of playing hide and go seek for the animals. They can be hidden well, but they also be very, very obvious. Let's see if we look around here. Could it be trickier? It depends. Down a little bit further, but if you look there to the right, you'll see two saddle-bill storks. They are pretty tall birds, sitting at 5 feet tall with a wingspan of around 9 feet. It's almost as long as a canopy above your heads. Alright, let's see if we can look around this side of the red clay area. Quiet. Oh, but I do see two types of antelope here on the left, the greater kudu and the bongo. The greater kudu is essentially the one standing up without the horns. The females do not have horns, but the males do, and their horns are around 6 feet long. But for the bongos, those are females with horns. The males also have horns as well. But the only difference to tell them apart is that the females have a reddish coat, whereas the males have a brown coat. Now we're going to make our way over into the Safi River. So Safi in Swahili means pure. We're going to take a good look around the river, see what kind of aquatic animals we might be able to see today. Not only will we focus on just solely the river, we can look for the shoreline and these smaller islands. Sometimes aquatic animals on land means they're looking for food, or they could be sunbathing. Well, looks like, but I think that pelicans are going to get fed right now. You see right down there, very, very large white birds. Now they're not pink now because it's not mating season. They only turn that color during that time. And we like to say they're just blushing. They're just so in love. Now look closely on this side of the Sahi. Now, but it might be a little bit hard to see straight down to the bottom of the river floor because it was raining earlier, so it's going to look a little bit cloudier. But we'll definitely try our best. Now, if we don't see much here, we're going to go around the curve and look at the shallow side. Sometimes you get a little bit lucky. Alright, I'll go to the shallow side by the waterfall. See if we can get lucky to find something out here. Not much luck, it seems. So we're just going to go over the Safi. We're going to cross the old Harambe Bridge. Now down below you'll see some Nile crocodile. Most of them are in the river. There's a few there on the shoreline. Now crocodiles are reptiles, so they cannot sweat, produce their own body heat. This is essentially the only way they regulate their body temperatures, which is just by their environments. With the Nile crocodile, they don't grow to be very tall animals, but they do grow to be very long animals, which is about 20 feet long is how much they can grow up to. Now with the giraffe, they are the tallest animal in the world because they stand at 20 feet. So when we think about it, now crocodile and the giraffe grow the same length, but they're very different animals. They go very different as well, but that's also pretty cool to think about. But when we go over into the savannah, or the West Savannah I should say, it's going to be the largest part of the reserve. We're going to see a lot of giraffes and other animals that do migrate. Essentially, they're going to be looking out for a stable source of water to drink from, but because it is so hot, the water sources dry out. So they'll eat grass on the ground, leaves high up in the tree to get their water intake. I'm glad I could stop my truck in time, but that was a little bit scary. But I cannot stop for any animals because if it happens again, that's not going to be a good time. But at least we can see most of the animals that are out here. Thank y'all for being so patient. They could have went with any other make a model of a truck, but they went with this one. It's not your fault. We are going to see some wildebeest there on the right side. There's also going to be some giraffes over there, which I'm taking a really good look at. And they're pretty close. Let's see, because she looks a little interested in some of the other side there. We're going to see on the left side what she might be looking at. Inside the den, there's nothing. So we're going to look behind the den and see if there's anything else over there. But we're going to see the giraffe there on the right. Now they're pretty tall, again 20 feet, which is typically going to be for the adult males. Females are about 14 to 17 feet, and then baby giraffes are going to be born around 6 feet tall, so very, very tall from birth. You see some painted dogs back there. If you look on the left, you're going to see 3 sable antelope. These are all female sables. The horns are very short, so they curve around the middle of their neck, so the males are over 5 feet, so up and towards their backs. So look around here. Now we're going to see some of the wildebeest, so they're going to be right there in the middle on the right side. Now wildebeest are really famous for their migration. About 1.5 million wildebeest will migrate across the savannah all together at the same time, which is a pretty large number. But they do not have a leader or multiple leaders. They all share the same status. They do everything together. On the right. Now this is going to be the male zebra. I want to look and see if we can find the female zebras because there are 2 babies somewhere, but that's going to be a Hartman Mountain zebra. This is one of the zebras that are considered a subspecies. What's only different from other zebras is that they have hooves that are lifted up in the back and the front is slanted because they live on mountains and hills. You'll see some cows here on the left. These are Watusi cattle, also known as Nkoli cattle. Those horns are very, very large, but they're actually not heavy. They're very light because the inside is hollow, and they'll pump blood through their horns to cool themselves down on hot days. And both males and females will grow them. Up there on the right, you see him just laying out. It's an eland. He's just hanging on the tall grass. For elands, you're going to be the largest antelope in the world. Males are about 2,200 pounds. Females about 1,300 pounds. I see some more giraffes over here. Look at him. He's hanging out. So we are going to head over to the backside of the West Savannah, which we call Elephant Country. We're going to take a shortcut over to the other side. Typically, we take the path that they take when they migrate, but we would be there for fun. So we're going to go right over here. We're also going to see a lot of baobab trees. Now with baobab trees, they're going to be very, very important here in Africa because again, there could be droughts, it could be not a lot of water sources, but with the baobab trees storing hundreds and thousands of gallons of rainwater, they typically are going to use it. But there is one animal that is going to use a baobab tree year-round, which is going to be the elephant. So if you look on the right side with this baobab tree on the front, all these older holes there, those are tusk marks, very old tusk marks. They use their tusk kind of like a straw, they poke the side and then they just drink it with their trunk, which is pretty cool. But we're going to look around and see if we might be able to see some elephants out here. Maybe a little bit further down. Oh, actually, I do see one. Right there on the left, you see that baobab tree, but to the right behind the rock? It looks like a rock itself, but that's actually an elephant. Right behind there. Well, go. Oh, there's actually two of them. You might see the one on the far right instead. He's a little bit visible. And we're going to see some greater flamingos here on the left. Now, greater flamingos will be the largest and tallest flamingo in the world. They stand at 5 feet tall. But if you look very closely, probably around, actually right in the middle, you see the baby flamingos? They're gray and fluffy and very short. They're so cute. Now, the flamingos that are hanging out with the babies, these are not going to be the females. These are the males. For flamingos, the parenting roles do flip. So the females just lay the egg and then they're done until next season. The males are the ones that make the nest, they incubate the eggs, and they take care of the babies from the point they hatch until the babies are essentially old enough to take care of themselves. Let's see those elephants a little bit better. These are going to be two younger males. They are very small, but they're going to be very close together. With male elephants, they're antisocial, so typically they're going to be right by themselves. If you can see how they're flapping their ears, this is how elephants cool themselves down. Those ears are going to be used kind of like a fan to get a nice cool gust of air over their bodies. It is very hard to see with these two boys, but towards the outer and inner ear, they're going to see like the outline of their veins. So when they flap their ears, their body temperature will gradually go down by around 15 degrees, which is pretty interesting.
I always see a cheetah. We got to see mommy's Nile crocodile.
I kind of want to keep looking because again, these are younger males, so they're typically still going to be with mom. We might be able to see the female herd as we head over to the other side, but again, it does depend on migration patterns. I don't know if the girls will be too close. Just be them. I think we're going to see some white rhinos. We have to be super quiet because rhinos can't see well, but they can hear well. So when we're going to get really close to them, we definitely don't want to spook them. With the white rhino, it'll be the largest and heaviest rhino in the world. They weigh up to around 5,000 pounds, which is pretty heavy. And again, that black rhino is 3,000 pounds. click here on the right, you're going to see two ostriches. Those are female ostriches. They have gray feathers, and males have dark black feathers. Going to be the largest and heaviest bird in the world. The females are about 200 pounds, and males weigh around 300. So they can't fly. They do run pretty fast, which is about 45 miles an hour. You can kind of see how their ears move around. Listen to all those sounds. You'll probably see some more rhinos as we go by. If you look over on the left side, where we all call Cheetah Hill, there's going to be a cheetah. You see the cheetah? Like far left side. There's also one on the far right side. She's walking. Now, cheetahs are going to be the fastest land animal in the world. They run 0 to 70 miles an hour in under 3 seconds, which is pretty fast. They can only hold that speed for about 20 to 30 seconds before they slow right back down. See some more. They're also going to be on the left side, but kind of hiding behind all those trees. And we are going to make our way up to a kopie, and a kopie is a large structure found on the savannah. Now, typically bigger animals will make it their home because it is so high up. They can overlook the whole entire savannah. For any prey or any larger animal, be super quiet. Super, super quiet. Babies over here. See what we're around the kopie, see what we can find. Ostriches over here and some snacks. And we're gonna go to the back over here. See the back of the kopie, see what we can find. It looks a little bit quiet, which is very common for animals that live on the kopie. They are nocturnal, so they sleep about 20 hours every single day, and then at night is when they are the most active. They're probably sleeping right now. Well, there we go behind the kopie, because usually we see the smaller animals that are considered prey. Essentially, they're hiding from the lions. What they do, they appear to survive. See the ostrich again. Closer than the other one. If you look at this ostrich here on the right where she's walking by, there's going to be a nest of ostrich eggs. She's walking away from them, but they're going to be there on the right. It's very common where an ostrich lays eggs, but isn't really going to be close to them like the flamingos that we've seen. Because they are the largest and heaviest bird in the world, so are the eggs. So we can stand on top of an ostrich egg and it will not break or crack, holding up to around 300 pounds of weight. And then one egg weighs the equivalent of around 2 dozen chicken eggs. Now we're going to head over into Magadi Glen. This is where Warden Wilson's post is. And Warden is out in the reserve looking after all the animals. So while he's away, he has us to go by and check on his Nigerian dwarf goats and make sure they're all doing okay while he's out. I do see one because she's on top of his truck. She's just hanging out up there. And I think there are some goats inside the truck. You'll see them as we go around in the window. I think those are babies might be in there. Now, although they are small, they have a really big impact here at Harambe Village and for other groups around the world. We don't rely on bigger animals such as cattle because they take up way too much space. But with Nigerian dwarf goats, they're smaller, so they take the least amount of space. And they also produce a milk that is super sweet and full of nutrients, which is really good for us. So we're grateful to have them here on the reserve. Definitely will let Warden know all the goats are doing alright, so we'll head right back to the village to let him know. Also means that our safari is coming to an end. Now, most animals that you just here today are endangered or close to extinction, and they are relying on us for help. And there's so many ways that we can help, even back on when we can start. Now, my favorite way to help out is recycle. It is super easy to do. Recycle paper, electronic devices, and plastic, among other materials. But those three have to be the most important because they cover a variety of environments out there that are affected by them. As I said, here at Disney's Animal Kingdom, we have the Disney Conservation Fund. So how that works, that any amount that's going to the Conservation Fund is the amount of dollar per dollar. Meaning any amount per dollar, or leftover change, anything greater than at the end of the year, then that has been donated to animals all around the world. But we are making our way right back to the village. We're going to look out for a warden post. So when you go to your warden post, you'll be entering Gorilla Falls, which is a walking trail. It's like the safari, but behind the scenes. There'll be some hippos you can view underwater, meerkats, frogs, snakes, fish, birds, monkeys, rats, zebras, and gorillas. Alright, looks like Warden is calling us in, so we do have to say goodbye. And I don't like to say goodbye, it's far too sad to say. I'd like to say Kuaharini, that means to go well in Swahili. Wish you all very much well. Wish your adventure here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Go well and go wild. Alright, wash your hands when please be on the right hand side. Doors are slightly open. Asante sana. Thank you for your patience, y'all. Have a good day.
Good like that. Hang on.
Well, let's think about it on the walk, and then we'll decide when we come out, okay? What will be at the Magic Kingdom? Like a Minnie Mouse baby?